Today we're going to be studying mathematics.
And emerges from the second mirror.
These words sound
Be your teacher for today. Hello students, you are welcome to MSI EduTech Online Home Lesson. This is a place we prepare you for a better future. This is the beginning of this module 2 for senior secondary school mathematics. You are welcome once again. My name is Dr. Matt. You can also call me David, your best friend. I'm going to take you through about 7 topics in this module, which will prepare you for local examination and also international examination. So today we want to consider a topic, Trigonometry 1. The next topic, the next class will be Trigonometry 2. Now, before we go deep into this topic, I need to explain a topic called Pythagoras Theorem, because Pythagoras Theorem and Trigonometry, they work together. If you find Pythagoras Theorem very difficult, you will find Trigonometry also very difficult. So in order for you to flow along with me in this class, I need to explain Pythagoras Theorem. So we have right angle triangle. Remember, a triangle, we have 2 right angle triangle in a triangle. What do I mean? If you have a triangle, this is 3 angle, 1, 2, 3. If you divide it into 2, we have right angle triangle, right angle triangle. If you look at this, picking this 1, 2, picking these 2, you are going to have this. This is right angle, okay, triangle, and this is triangle. So we have 2 right angle triangle in a triangle. Now, if you have A here, you have B, and you have C. The longest side of right angle triangle is called hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. Why this side is called adjacent? Okay. Why this side is called opposite? Let me call them over again. Hypotenuse, which is the longest side, opposite, and adjacent. Now, applying Pythagoras theorem, we can say AC square, Pythagoras theorem, or rule, anyone. AC square equals to AB square plus BC square. This is telling you that the square of the longer side is equals to the sum of the square of opposite and square of adjacent. I hope you are following me. Now, let me give you this example. Remember, we are studying trigonometry, but I just want to take you through this. You have something like this. Find the value of x. If you have something like this, 5 centimeter or 4 centimeter, okay? Now, we don't know this value. Remember, you put A here, B, and C. Sometimes in question, they will not give you A, B, C, but it's you that you will use your initiative to give this A, B, C. Now, let's solve this together. Okay? Now, applying Pythagoras theorem, AC square equals to AB square plus BC square. Okay, now what is the value of our AC? Can somebody tell me? Okay, it's 5. 5 square. What is the value of our AB? AB, x, s square. What is the value of BC? 4 square. So 5 square means 5 times 5, x square. 4 square means 4 times 4. Okay, now let me continue from here. 5 times 5 will give us 25, s square. 4 times 4 will give us 16. Now what are we going to do? We are going to collect like term. So this will give us 25. When this one crosses to this side, it turns to minus 16 equals to s square. So 25 minus 16, what are we going to have? Okay, we are going to have 9. So x square. Now we are looking for x. When you see a question like this, the next thing that will come to your mind is square root. And you remember, square root means half. I will tell you more about that. This is the symbol of square root. So x will give you square root of 9. And square root of 9 is 3. I believe you are in senior secondary school, you should be able to know that. When I said square root means half, this is what I mean. If you have 9 equals to x squared, square this side, square root of 9 equals to square root of x squared. Okay, this will give you square root of 9 equals to this will be half times s squared. So these two will cancel, these two remain what? X. So x will give you square root of 9. So x will give you 3. That is, if you do like this, 9, 3 in 9, 3, 3 in 3, 1. So this will give you 3 times 3 and times 3. And you know that this is the same thing as 3 squared. Okay? And if you apply what I just said now, that square root means half, what will happen? You are going to have half times 3 squared. So these two will cancel these two, remain what? 3. So that's what I mean by square root is half. So class, let's go to trigonometry now. Now I'm still going to refer you back to right angle triangle, where we have this. This is angle theta. Okay, this is hypotenuse. This is adjacent. Okay, and this is opposite. Okay, now from here we have what we call SOHCAHTOA. I'm going to explain that to you. Now from here we have sine. Sine theta equals to opposite over hypotenuse. So sine theta, okay, sine theta will give us what is opposite here. We can call this A, B, and C. So this will be small a, this will be small b, and this will be small c. Okay, now opposite is C and hypotenuse is B. Okay, now we also have CAR. CAR means adjacent over hypotenuse. So cosine will give us adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, so cosine will give us what is adjacent. Adjacent is A and hypotenuse is what? Is B. Okay, now we also have TOA. TOA means tangent. Okay, tangent equals to opposite over adjacent. Okay, so what is our opposite? Opposite is C y adjacent is a. So this is what we call SOHCAHTOA, and this is how we derive SOHCAHTOA. Remember, we have theta here. Sorry for that. We have theta here. So tan theta will give us c all over 2. Now, before we move on, I still need to remind you again that this is the short form for SOHCAHTOA. You can write this somewhere. Sine equals to opposite over hypotenuse, cos equals to adjacent over hypotenuse, tan equals to opposite over adjacent. I believe you understand that. So now let's go to real practical example, how we can apply this SOHCAHTOA in solving question. So let's see these examples. Let's look at this example under sine. Find sine theta. What does that mean? It means you have sine theta to be opposite over hypotenuse. Okay? Now, if you look at this, this is opposite and this is hypotenuse. We don't know opposite. We need to find the value of x before we can find sine theta. So that was why I explained to you that Pythagoras Theorem is very important under this topic. So what are we going to do? We are going to apply the Pythagoras Theorem by saying this is A, B, and C. AC squared equals to AB squared plus BC squared. So this one will give us AC 17 squared equals to x squared plus 15 squared. This will give us 17 times 17 equals to s squared plus 15 times 15. Okay, 17 times 17, let's see what we get. 7 times 7 will give us 49. We have 9, remain 4. Okay, 7 times 1 will give us 7. 7 plus 4 will give us 11. Okay, 1 times 7 will give us 7. 1 times 1 will give us 1. So we add this together. When we add it together, we have 9, we have 8, and we have 2. So we are going to have 289 equals to x squared. Let's multiply 15 by 15. 5 times 5 will give us 25. We have 5, remain 2. 5 times 1 will give us 5 plus 2 will give us 7. 1 times 5 will give us 5. And 1 times 1 will give us 1. So we add this together. We have 5. 7 plus 5 will give us 12. Okay. We are going to have 2. Remain 1. 1 plus 1 we have 2. So we have 225 here. Okay. Now we are going to collect like term. 289. When this one cross to this side, it turns to 225 minus 225 equals to x squared. Okay. Now let's minus. We have 289, then 225. 9 minus 5 will give us 4. 8 minus 2 will give us 6. And 2 minus 2 will give us what? Is 0. So x squared will give us 64. Okay. Now, we are going to find the square root. You can use the short form. You can also use the one that I solved with you during the last class. During the last example. X will give us square root of 64. Okay. Now, if you don't know how to solve it, you can also use the long one, 64. 2 in 6 will give us 3. 2 in 4 will give us 2. 2 in 3 will give us 1. Remainder 1, 6. 2 in 6 will give 16 will give us 8. 2 in 8 will give us 4. 2 in 4 will give us 2. 2 in 2 will give us 1. So we are going to have square root of 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 2. Okay. So this will give us 2 raised to power 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will give us 8 centimeter. Okay. Now the next thing to do is to find sine theta. Remember, sine theta equals to opposite over hypotenuse. Okay. Sine theta will give us, what is our opposite? Is 8 now. 8, hypotenuse is 17 centimeter. So sine theta will give us 0.4706. So this will be our sine theta. I hope you understand this. Okay. Now let's go to the next part, which is cos. We call it cosine. Cosine. Remember our formula. So ka toa. Always remember this. Cosine equals to ka, adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay. Now let me give you an example where and how to apply this cosine. Example. This example, the angle of elevation of top of a tree is 60 degrees if the point of observation is 3 meters from the foot of the tree. How far is the point from the top of the tree? This sounds like English, but this is not English. This is mathematics. So let's interpret this question. So let's look at this solution. Here you have a tree, right? The angle of elevation, this is the angle, okay, and this is the foot. This is the top of the tree, okay, and this is the angle of elevation. So you are going to have 60 degrees here. Now if the point of observation is 3 meters, this will give us 3 meters, right, from the foot of the tree. How far is the point? Okay, sorry, this will be 3 meters, and let's represent this y centimeter. Okay, now remember we have A, we have B, and we have C. Okay, now we are going to apply cosine. Theta equals to ka, adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, now remember our theta is 60 degrees. Cos 60 degrees equals to, what is our adjacent here? Our adjacent is 3 meters divided by, what is hypotenuse? Y centimeter, y meter. Okay, now this will give us, divided by 1, you cross multiply, you are going to have y cos 60 degrees equals to 3 meters. Okay, now divide both sides by cos 60, divide this by cos 60. Okay, now this we cancel this, y will give you 3 meters all over cos 60 degrees. Cos 60 degrees will give you 0.5. Okay, so y will give you 6 meters. So I believe you understand this. Okay, now let me give you an example where you have something like this and they ask you to find the value of theta, and remember the theta is talking about the angle. What are you going to do? So that will lead us to tangent. Okay class, we want to look at tangent. Remember SOHCAHTOA. This is tangent. Sometimes we call it tan. Okay, opposite over adjacent. Okay, so tan theta will give us opposite over what? Adjacent. Okay, now let me give you this example. Example, find angle theta from the figure below. Okay, you have something like this. Okay, this is A, B, and C, and this is angle theta. Okay, now remember, if we have 5 centimeters here and we have 2 centimeters here, okay, we want to find angle theta. Solution. Okay, this one will give us tan theta equals to opposite over adjacent. So tan theta will give us, what is opposite? 5 centimeters, and what is adjacent? 2 centimeters. Okay, so tan theta will give us 5 divided by 2. We can do this. 5, 2. How many 2 can we get in 5? Is 2. 2 times 2 will give us 4. We minus 5 minus 4 will give us 1. How many 2 can we get in 1? It cannot go. So what are we going to do? We add 0 to this and we put point here. How many 2 can we get in 10? Is 5. 2 times 5 will give us 10. Then we minus 0 is 0. So our answer will be what? 2.5. Okay. So now we are not going to stop here, because we are looking for theta, and it's either you use your 4-figure table or you use your calculator. You know how to press that. The inverse of tan theta, that is second function tan, it will give you your answer. If you press second function tan 2.5, let's see what we are going to get. Okay, so theta will give you tan minus 2.5. so theta will give you 68.19 degree. Now we can round it up to the nearest whole number. Theta will give us 68 degree. Now let's go to the last part of this topic. I want to give you some difficult questions in which I know that you might find so difficult to solve in your class or at home. So let's solve one more example before we round up this class. Let's look at this question. Find the value of x and y below. We have two shapes putting together to form one shape. So what are we going to do? Let's solve it together. We have to reason very well here. If you bring this out, call this A, B, C, D. If you bring A, B, C, you are going to have something like this. A, B, C. Okay? This is 60 degree. This is 6 meters. And this is X. Now, we want to do something. We need to think here. If we apply sine, can we get X? Let's think. Sine means opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse. Okay? That means sine theta will give us, what is opposite? X. That means we have hypotenuse. We can use it. So what are we going to do? We can just say sine theta equals to opposite over hypotenuse. You know theta is 60 degree. Sine 60 degree equals to opposite is X, hypotenuse is 6. Okay? Sine 60, 6 Divide this by 1, okay, sorry. Then you cross multiply. This 6, we multiply sine 60. We have 6 sine 60 equals to x. So this will give us 6 times. Now, you need to find sine of 60. So when we find sine of 60, what are we going to get? We find sine 60, we are going to get 0.8660 equals to x. So x will give us 6 times 0.8660. So x will give us 5.196. We can easily round this up to the nearest whole number, which will give us 5 meter. Okay, so let's round it up to 1 meter. So the value of x will be what? 5 meter. Okay, now we want to find y, and remember y is ADC. I think you understand that. Don't get confused. We have, okay, ADC. And remember, we have angle 45 here. We have x to be 5 meter, okay, and we have y here. So what are we going to apply? If we should apply sine, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, okay? That means sine 45 degree equals to opposite 5 meter all over y. Okay, divide this by 1. When you cross multiply y times this, it gives us y sine 45 degree equals to 5 centimeter. Okay, so this will give us, divide both sides by sine 45, sorry, sine 45 degree. This will cancel this. Y will give us 5 all over. We want to look at multiplication of modular now. Okay, we have evaluate 3 times 2, which is module 4. Okay, sorry, module 4. This will give us 3, 2. Okay, this will give us dots. This is telling you that the longest side is what? Is hypotenuse, which is what? 7 meter. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this class and you are really following me. Okay, now before we leave this class, I'm going to give you work to do so that I can get your feedback and really know whether you are following me or not. Okay, so let me give you something. Remember, if you find any of these examples difficult, you can always get back to us at MSI EduTech Online Home Lesson through the WhatsApp number rolling on the screen, and we will surely answer all your questions. Okay, class, this is homework for you. We have this shape, 9 meter, 6 meter, and this is angle theta. Find angle theta. I believe you can do that. Number 2, find the value of m and n from the figure below. We have figure m, we have 4 meter, we have 35 degree, and we have 60 degree, and we have n. So you are finding m and n. Thank you very much. I hope you really enjoyed this class, and I'm very happy to see you. Until we meet next time, remember, my name still remains the same. Your best friend, David, from MSI EduTech Online Home Lesson. Thank you very much. See you next class. Au revoir.